Is there anything better than a nice cold beer on a brisk fall morning? Well, the answer is yes. Yes, there is. And that would be drinking a nice cold beer from a Stein in Germany at Oktoberfest. Being someone who loves beer, I've always wanted to attend a notorious festival they call Oktoberfest. Just about everybody has seen a picture of someone standing on a table, chugging a huge beer in a funky costume at Oktoberfest, just like this guy right here. But how did this festival begin? And why is it so popular today among people throughout the world? Well, I'm here to enlighten you and let you know a little brief history of it and the evolution of the festival. I'll start by giving you a brief history, how it evolved in the world's largest beer festival, and what it is today. Although a lot of people simply think Oktoberfest is a big party in Germany where people go to get drunk, surprisingly enough, there's actually some meaning behind this festival. According to Mugen.de, the festival was actually created to celebrate the marriage of these two people right here. God bless them. This is Prince Ludwig and Princess Therese. They were married on October 12th, 1810. The festivities took place in the fields in front of the city gates on October 17th. To close the festival, horse races, open to all of Bavaria, were held in the presence of the royal family. This was pretty uncommon back then because the royal family tried to stay away from the general public. The decision to repeat these horse races the following year is what created the tradition of the festival we call Oktoberfest. The following year, Oktoberfest returned with the horse races, and they added their first agricultural festival, or agricultural show, to boost Bavarian agriculture. This allowed attendees of the festival to enjoy food while watching the horse races. A few years later, in 1818, they decided to add beer tents. And this allowed people to quench their thirst and loosen up at the festival. And ultimately, this is what sparked a big change in the festival and turned it more focused on beer. Although Oktoberfest originally started as a festival to watch horse races, these races only lasted until 1938. However, by then, the horse races were no longer the main priority of the festival. Carnivals, parades, and food tents were all added, and over time, the festival became a great tourist attraction and a way for people to learn about the Bavarian culture, meeting others from the area, and of course, indulging in local beers and food. When the first beer tents were added in 1818, they began multiplying year after year. And eventually, in 1896, the beer stands were replaced by beer tents and huge beer halls. This marked the transition to mainly a beer festival. As you may have seen in pictures, people started wearing lederhosens, which is the male version, and drindels, which is the female version. And it became the traditional garb of the festival, according to the origin of the Oktoberfest. These outfits were originally worn by Germany's working class, which signaled that the festival was for everybody, despite your socioeconomic status or background. It became a festival for the people. It allowed people a chance to gather together, get away from reality for a little bit, and share some good experiences over a nice cold beer. Although Oktoberfest is not what it used to be, it has become one of the largest beer festivals in the world and is celebrated more than ever today. Even the official Oktoberfest website says that today, the festival is all about the beer. They claim that over 6 million liters of beer will be drank this upcoming year. The festival started out as a one-day festival in October. However, it lasts 16 days now. And according to UK's Independent, it's attended by more than 6.2 million people. They even moved it to September because the weather is a little milder and nobody wants to drink beer when they're all sweaty. In addition to the main festival in Munich, as you can see here, other cities all throughout the world have started making their own Oktoberfests. Eve in Portland. They have one at Oaks Park every year. The second largest celebration in Ontario, Canada, attracted over 700,000 people throughout the world. It's crazy to think that what started out as a marriage celebration has turned into one of the largest and most celebrated annual events ever to exist. Hopefully you now know that Oktoberfest wasn't always the beer-filled festival it is today. It started off as a rural marriage celebration focused around watching horse races. After beer, food, and other attractions came into existence, they became the main focus of the festival, and races were phased out. Today, Oktoberfest is a huge tourist attraction where people come from all over the world to dress up and drink beer. So if you ever make it to Oktoberfest, keep in mind you're celebrating the marriage between Prince Ludwig and Princess Teresa's marriage. So get your lederhosens ready, and I'll see you in September.